What is that? What is that? It sounds like a baby Chichilian. Is it a little, one of those little... No, it's just some sort of moth in my head thing. Look, look, look. Inside here. Inside. I want you to see. It's a little magic trick. Using a rubber band. Yellow is my favorite color. Now, boom, down on the table. Look, look, look. Watch. Do not blink. Do not excrete anything. The rubber band will vanish. The rubber band will... Oh! Sorry. And with that, Jay choked to death, live on camera. Watch. Gonna make it vanish. 3, 2, 1, and ta-da! No, no. Let's look at the case. Look. Inside the case. Boom. This cool little illusion is somewhere between a gag and a full-on magic trick. And I've never shared it with people in such a way. It's like, isn't that incredible? For a couple of reasons. First, it's really quick. It's really quick. It's so quick that, you know, it's almost got this feeling of, did that really happen? So it's sort of a, I do it between tricks involving a rubber band and a card case and sort of in the middle of things. Now, the other reason why I don't think it ever gets huge reactions, but it gets nice reactions, it's sort of like a, is because everyone's had a rubber band actually vanish. This vanish I came up with years ago called the sure shot vanish. Sure shot vanish. It's opposed to the sure shot vanish. I think it has a lot of inherent credibility because everybody's handled rubber bands and then suddenly like, where the hell is that rubber band? They have a way of vanishing. So I think people believe that when I flick it away like that, it looks so good, they truly buy into it. But it requires a little bit of acting. Now, let's first look at the structure of it. I used to do it in a way where I'd have someone examine the card case, make sure it's empty, then make the rubber band vanish. But what that was doing was planting the seed in people's mind that the rubber band would appear in the card case. And so they got ahead of the trick psychologically. It undercut the surprise. It also put too much heat on my hands at the wrong moment. So now I think it's a lot better is if you start with the rubber band in the card case, or if you've just done a trick involving removing something from the card case so people know the case is empty. Because if you don't establish that first and you fire this thing and you dump it out, everybody's going to think you got 2 rubber bands. They really are. So you want to make sure they don't go there and they've seen the case is already empty. So this is one way to do it, is to have it inside the case, spill it out like that, close up the case, or even hand the case to someone and say, is there something kind of special deep down inside that box? Would you reach in there? Would you remove what's special in that box? Would you close those little flippy flaps? And people slowly back away from the magi, which is that plural or singular? Either way, they're scared as shit. So the case is empty, it's been established, it's on the table, okay? That's on the table. Now, the vanishing of the rubber band. I do this, and I'm doing this to get a bit of a flow and a bit of fun, but it's also as a bit of visual misdirection, because I don't want them seeing the setup. And the setup is this. I go up and down, and then as I come down at this point, I'm actually going to pinch one little, the end between sort of in my curled first finger, my curled middle finger is going to curl onto that, okay? And hold on to that while I pull everything up like this, okay? So it's here, then bend, and now I want to make this look like it vanished. And boy, it looks good. I mean, that's a convincing vanish. It looks like it's gone, but you want to make sure it looks less like a ta-da and more like you fired it. So I find following through with that thumb, okay? Maybe a little sound effect, like that. Everyone has instant laundry bills. So you're here, up and down. Here, follow through with the thumb as the right hand sort of, you really emphasize that the thumb and finger are, so obviously it must have gone there. You relax your right hand, having done the fire. Then you're going to come down, we'll go down to the box here. Then, now as for the false dump out, I've left the case slightly angled with the flap on the bottom side, the flaps on the bottom side, and this is palmed here, and I just make sure my fingers are relaxed. I pick up the case, and what I'm going to do is pick up the case here, turn it. I'm turning it over. Turning it over as the fingers here take it here. So the flow is really nice. I mean, this is hidden behind my hand. So there's no chance of it flashing as long as I don't do it early and do one of these things. As long as I turn this over, bring this up. Basically, you want to make sure the back of your hand is going to touch the back of the case. If that's the way that goes, there's only now I'm going to turn, pop open the case. The flaps you can push up, and I do this just a shake. And as I do the shake, I'm going to let it fall from my fingers, and it looks exactly like it came right out of the case. I often have a rubber band or two around my wrist, not so much for... Sorry, that's not going to work. I was going to go into something about sexual reasons and snapping and denying myself pleasure.